Hi everyone, so this is my 12th chemo update. The 12th one was meant to be my last one, and hopefully it is my last one. I have my PET scan the 22nd of February, and then I see my doctor the day after to hopefully confirm that yes, that will be the last chemo that I'll have, and that hopefully I have no cancer. My PET scan that I had about a third of the way in was pretty much clear. The chemo was working really well, at least that's what the PET scan showed. So you'd think I think I'd only had 2 months of chemo at that point, so you'd think another 4 months of chemo would mean that it's definitely gone from my system. But I kind of don't, like, I feel relaxed in some way because I don't have to go to chemo, which normally I would be going tomorrow. So tomorrow's probably going to be weird. It's going to be the first fortnight that I don't go again for 6 months, for the last 6 months. But I don't feel 100% relaxed because I feel like I need that PET scan to like confirm everything. Even though I don't see how it's possible that I could still have cancer in my body. But I'm somebody who normally doesn't like to kind of count my eggs until they've hatched. So yeah, so I'm definitely really happy that I don't have to go to chemo anymore, but I'm just kind of waiting till the 22nd of February. I still have a bit of anxiety about what if I have to do more and that scan shows that something's not right. I suppose if it shows that something's not right, I'll just have to do more chemo or a different chemo regime or regimen, but yeah, let's hope that's not the case. It probably isn't. I'm probably just worried about nothing. My side effects were more on the mild side again, which is really good. I'm glad that my last one was. I really just had fatigue, just general tiredness. So yeah, in terms of side effects, it was no real big deal. Sadly, my partner had to go back to the Netherlands, which is where he's originally from, for 2 months. And so even though I'm really happy that chemo's over, because it coincided with him leaving, I've kind of been up and down emotionally because I really wish he was still here. Obviously, I also, now that I'm finally going to be kind of recovering officially, I want to be able to recover with him and have the energy so we can go do a lot more things together, because for the last 6 months it's kind of like by the time I feel good enough to do much, it's like a few days and then it's chemo again, and so we were kind of like stuck to the schedule of chemo. So naturally I'm sad that he's gone, but he'll be back in 2 months and I should be mostly recovered by then, at least I hope so. I don't really seem to, I feel pretty much normal now. I just noticed that my breathing gets a little bit hard if I do a bit of exercise. So I think I'm just going to be careful with my lungs and my stamina, but I want to really make an effort to make sure that I bring fitness into my life. I've always been a decent eater, but my fitness has never been particularly good. A lot of my hobbies have to do with me sitting down, and I love my laptop and I love gaming. In fact, I've actually been playing for the last 2 days just Tomb Raider constantly because it finally came out on PC. Also, I got a job, so I applied for a job. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the last vlog, but I actually got it, which is great. So I start tomorrow full-time. So tomorrow's Tuesday. I asked if I could have my first week back, kind of have it not a full week, so instead of 5 days, have 4 or 3. And so then I decided that I'll start tomorrow, and I feel really good so far. So far I don't really notice chemo brain all that much, a little bit here and there, but it's definitely not nearly as bad as it has been in the past. My eyes, I've just constantly been wearing my yellow tinted glasses, so I haven't had any headaches, and I think I'll go to work without them and see how I feel by the end of it. And if not, I'll bring my yellow tinted glasses to work. And yeah, my job is an office job, so I had to go get some clothes and things because I didn't have any office wear, and I'm a bit nervous about that naturally because it's kind of like a big new step into kind of full-time work, kind of right after chemo. And also I've just never had that kind of job before. I've kind of always had just part-time work. A lot of it's rather casual and kind of relaxed environments, whereas this one is obviously, hopefully still kind of relaxed. The colleagues seem really lovely, but it's definitely more professional. And so I'm just gonna have to see how that goes. I feel like I can really thrive in that kind of environment. It really just depends on my colleagues and if I want to stay in that, because today as well, all the news, I met up with my supervisor from Honours and talking about PhD and stuff, and she said that she's very happy to supervise me, and we're talking about a lot of topics, but I said I wouldn't really start it part-time until maybe in a month or 2, because with this full-time work I want to be able to kind of like relax and learn everything without kind of balancing the PhD work at the same time. And at the moment I'm thinking of probably starting a PhD part-time, and then maybe by the end of the year flip to full-time, or in 2 years and make this work part-time. But talking to her today just made me realize, like, I really do love research. Like, I just find it so fascinating to learn so many things, and there are so many subjects and topics that I'm really passionate about and that I really want to learn more about. And sometimes the studies just don't exist. And obviously you can just wait until other people make the studies, but it's like, well, I can do the studies myself and I can become a researcher in that field. Whether or not I actually want to pursue academia like long-term full-time, because it's kind of like a field that isn't the best for job security, and not many full-time jobs available, but I definitely want to pursue it part-time, and so that's why I've kind of decided to do the PhD for now. If I feel like it's too much work with my full-time job, then I'll definitely just delay the PhD till later. There's no, I don't need to do it now, but now I've decided I can do the job full-time and earn money, be able to move out, save for a place, and on the side do PhD, and if I can make the time and force myself to make time for that, then to me that will show to myself that I really am passionate about it, if I'm willing to give up a certain amount of hours to keep pursuing that part-time. The only thing is, obviously, that I have to be a bit mindful that I don't take so much on that I kind of just get overwhelmed, but I just want to do a lot, and I've just been feeling like my life's been on hold, so I kind of want to just jump into the deep end, and if I have to slow down, I will slow down and pull myself back, but I don't want to just wait around and slowly meander into it, just because for me, I feel like I can handle it, and if I can't, as I said, I'll pull back. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of life and career decisions. I think I got on a bit of a tangent at some point in that conversation, but the reason why I brought in work as well when I was talking about fitness is that apparently, like, right next to the office, maybe 2 or 3 kind of buildings down on the same block, is actually a yoga studio, which I think is probably a smart way of entering exercise at the beginning, especially because of yoga's nature to have a lot of meditative kind of activities, and it often obviously uses a lot of mindfulness, and that's really they're great psychological activities and strategies to use, especially when you are just at risk for anxiety and or depression. Even though I don't feel like I feel overall a little bit sad, which might be because my partner's gone, and maybe because a bit of nerves in having all these new big things happening, but a lot of excitement about these new big things happening. But I definitely noticed that I've had this anxiety that I've never had before, and it's not full blown, but there's definitely this like nagging anxiety that gets to me every now and again, and obviously it's getting to me about the PET scan a little bit, because I'm just so happy to not have to do chemo, but at the same time I'm like worried that this freedom is going to be snatched away from me as soon as that PET scan comes, and by the end of February somehow I'll be, doing more chemo, even though there is no real logical reason for that to happen. And so I feel like in engaging in things like yoga, it would just also help for me to really get hold of that anxiety and not let it take hold of me, even though I've been doing pretty well with deep breathing and things like positive affirmations, and just trying to like remind myself of a lot of great things that are happening, and that I should worry about things once they come. Worrying about this thing potentially happening, and it might not even happen. I've just created a really crappy potential month, and it could have been a great month just because I was so worried about what would happen at the end of it. So I'll worry about it if it comes, but I should just try to enjoy each day and enjoy this time that I don't have chemo. I will definitely be making some post-chemo update videos probably in 2 weeks to 4 weeks to let you know how I'm going in that, and definitely one around my PET scan to see how that goes, because obviously I'm a bit nervous about that. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.